Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all really well. Today I will be talking about disappointing products, and I feel like I have to do a disclaimer like everybody does and just say that these are not necessarily bad products, these are just products I personally did not like. You may love them, and if you do, let me know if you did and I'd be happy to discuss it with you in the comments below. So I'm just going to get started and not do any more of a disclaimer because I feel like it's a pretty self-explanatory thing. The first thing I really did not like, and actually this I really do not recommend at all for anybody as it is quite a new product as well, is the Hoola Zero Tan Lines by Benefit. This comes in a gel, it is one shade, oh my god, and this lid is really annoying as well. I can't wait to throw this away after this video. So it is a fake tan, obviously, it's in a gel formula, and the idea is it's zero tan lines because this comes out the top of the lid and you just buff it in. Obviously this product does have its benefits, it smells really nice, and also the packaging is of course really attractive, and I do like the idea of just putting the lid out and buffing around your legs, but this didn't really work. The fake tan for me, the gel, it says one shade suits on. Well, one shade just does not suit all, that's never true. I am far too pale for this, like I'm the palest of the pale. Give me extra light, vanilla, me. And this just made me look orange, to be quite honest. The other massive issue I have with it is it's not zero tan lines at all. It should be called tan lines. That should be the name because it just gives you so many. This fucking brush does not buff in. All it did was move the gel around, and it just moved the gel around, creating like circular lines, and I was like, this isn't going into my skin. And I can't say that it's my skin's fault because as soon as I used a sock, it went into the skin. Obviously it wasn't very even coverage, but it still went in a bit more. The gel as well, it doesn't absorb, and it's not that it dries, but it kind of, it's a tricky one. It's almost like paint. You have to do layers for your desired effect. But also, if you want to do very thin layer, it's very orange. It's too warm. Maybe I prefer an ashier brown, if that's a thing. But this for me just did not work. I do not recommend it. Oh, I really hate it. I really hate it. And I think it's because it's fake tan as well. And fake tan is such a big thing all over your body, which is why I feel so passionate about my hatred of this product. Something else I do not like, which is a YouTuber favourite, is the Hope in a Jar by Philosophy. Now this is quite old school YouTuber favourite. Essie Button is the one who really raved this and sold this to me. And for me, this is something which is classically like, it's not right for me, but it's probably right for some other people. It's by Philosophy, and it's just kind of, I hate the smell of it. The smell of it makes me really not like it at all, and actually I think it's probably a bit out of date now because that smells got even more acidic. I think it's just quite an acidic smell. It's meant to protect you against pollution. Probably my fault for buying it, a pollution protecting one, because for me pollution is not my main fear for my skin. At the moment it's the sun damage, drying, dehydration, bits and bobs like that. Pollution is probably not one. It's also too heavy for me as well, and makes me feel like, you know, I'm putting grease onto my face, and it also really makes my eyes water, which I don't want. So maybe this is better for me for a night cream, but I don't particularly want my eyes hurting before bed. Maybe it's just better for more mature skin. I might give it to my mum. She'd probably enjoy this more than I do. Now this product is really surprising for a disappointing product, but it is the Bobbi Brown Black Ink Gel Liner. It just isn't very easy to apply. It's very thick and it's very dry. It dries out very easily, and usually I remember if I've left the lid off something, but this I did not leave the lid off, and it just doesn't go on the brush properly. You can't really create a wing with it. I mean, I can't really create wings anyway in my eyes, but I can't even get anything close. Also, my issue with it doesn't really look black either. Like, it kind of goes on like a bit of a, I know there's only like really one shade of black, but it isn't a really dark black. It almost looks kind of like a very dark blue or grey. And also where my hooded lids are, it rubs onto here. So I think that's just gel eyeliners in general for me, don't really work. But this was just, it was such a shame because I really like Bobbi Brown stuff, but this for me just was a no-go for me. The next product I have is this Match Master foundation by MAC. Now this is obviously too dark for me. I bought this when I went through a stage of really fake tanning all the time, and I wanted a darker foundation. I really liked it in the dark shade, but I also bought it in the paler shade, and the pale shade just does not work very well. I thought it was really good, and then I kind of stopped using it, used another one, and then went back to that one for nights out or something, and as I put it on, I was just like, this is doing nothing for my skin. It just wasn't really applying very well. It wasn't really covering anything. You needed a primer with it for it to work, which I know primers are there to improve your makeup and your base, but I feel like if you're paying £20 odd for a foundation, it should be able to work well without a primer. A primer should just enhance it, not make it work. And I find that with quite a lot of MAC foundations, that without a primer, they are just drugstore product. The darker one worked better for me, and I liked it because it does actually make your skin very even when I had my fake tan. But I think because my skin's quite even anyway, this other one just did not work. It didn't really give the coverage I wanted, and it kind of made me look like I was wearing makeup without doing anything that makeup was meant to do. And it's very heavy and it breaks a lot of people out as well. It didn't break me out much. It broke me out a little bit around the forehead. It smells like paint too. For this next product, I don't think it's all of these in this range, but I know there were some issues with some shades, and it is the Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvet Lip Lipstick in Nudist. So my first issue is, this is not a nude colour. This is a very dark pink colour. It's a really nice colour, but it's not nude. My second issue is, it smells really funny. I don't like the smell at all. My third issue is, it takes flipping ages to dry, so it's not really a matte lipstick at all. My fourth issue is, it smudges really easily and gets on my teeth, much easier than I would like it to. And that's kind of my issues with it done. Like, it does last a little while if it doesn't smudge and you get it to dry, but it's not a lipstick I could take around with me and top up throughout the day. However, I do know there are some shade issues with these ones, and I think this might be one of those shades which I have an issue with. Maybe if I picked up some lighter colours they would work a bit better, but it wouldn't stop me from buying any more of these lipsticks in those shades, because there is something I quite like about them. Like, I like the idea of them, and I quite like the consistency and the creamy texture of them as well. So maybe I'll just go for a lighter shade in the future and see how that works. Right, this is annoying because now I've swatched this and I know it's going to go on something because it just transfers really easily. Did not think that one through. Okay, so this next thing is a skincare item, and it's from The Body Shop, and it's their Tea Tree Blemish Gel. For some reason, everything I'm picking up which I don't like is a gel, like the fake tan, gel eyeliner, this. I bought this because I was looking for something to replace my Burt's Bees sort of tea tree oil spot remover, which is a miracle worker. If you haven't got it, go get it because it's like fantastic. I'm not really prone to spots, but occasionally I'll get the blemish, such as Exhibit A on my nose right now. So I like to just use things to kind of just get rid of it as they come, as well as like a regular skin routine, but I don't really have any acne preventing steps in that routine. This, however, it just doesn't really do anything. I put it on, the spots go in a couple of days, but I feel the spots would go in those days anyway. It's kind of better for treating redness after a spot goes, but spots with heads, this just doesn't really reduce. When I put it on, it doesn't feel like it's tingling or anything, or as the Burt's Bees one did, which made me feel like it was really, you know, getting at the spot and just on it. This, not so much. Didn't really get much product either, and I don't think it was that that cheap either. So, ooh, you're probably better off just applying just actual tea tree oil and just dotting it on your face instead of buying this. Another product I have issues with is the Collection Illuminating Touch Brightening Concealer. Now you're probably thinking, Collection's cheap anyway, like, you know it's cheap, of course the products from there aren't very good. You are wrong. Collection does some fantastic things. Their eyeshadows I like, and their regular concealer is meant to be very, very good, and actually I got their foundation for a bit, which I quite like too. But that was back in like high school when I used it. But for me that was perfect. It worked for my needs at the time. This, however, is my main issue, is I don't think it's a brightening concealer, I think it's a corrector. So just a, like a little, you know, fix in the name would solve any issues I have with this. It's quite pinky. It's not something you can use to highlight at all or brighten because it is quite pink, even though this is one of the lighter shades. It's to correct your under eye circles, so it's not concealer, it's a corrector. So, you know, Collection, if you just want to get on that, just change your branding a bit and you're fine. You're selling this by the bottle. So I've actually got a hair care product now, and it is the Mark Hill Give It To Me Straight Extreme Styling Spray, and it's meant to protect your hair from heat. I don't really notice the difference when I use this and when I don't. The only difference I notice is my hair smells funny. I bought this because it didn't really have a scent, and I really, really like the smell of my conditioner and shampoo at the moment. So I didn't want to use something which would take away that smell. This, however, just smells really like alcohol-y and quite clinical. It also makes my hair feel very sticky, so even if it, and I'm not really sure if it protects it from heat or not, like I haven't noticed a huge difference when I use it. Okay, so my final disappointing product is actually pretty boring. It's this blush from Sephora. It's Sephora own collection, and it's a really cute colour, but the thing is, the more I've come to realise, it's pressed, but kind of pressed to a point where you can't actually get anything out of it. So if I swatch this, I'm pressing hard. There's really nothing coming on my finger at all. Really nothing. I've had this for ages. I got it when I was in Barcelona, so I've had it for a long time, and it just doesn't look like I've used any of it. Which in a good way means that like it lasts a long time, but in a bad way means you have to like dig it out to use it. So maybe this will work if I smash it into tiny little pieces and then use it as like a loose blush. But the problem is I just can't seem to get any pigmentation or any product to pick up on my brush at all. Even using a beauty blender, like I struggle to kind of get it on the brush. It also looks very orangey when it's on. This is Shame on You number 10, so even though I like it, the colour's pretty and everything, it just comes up very orangey, not quite true to that colour which it is in the blush pan. It also says long lasting, which it is not, may I just add. I mean, long lasting is kind of like, if you say something's long lasting, then it's going to be like, well, long lasting is half an hour. Like, you don't really know because I haven't put a time limit on it. I would say long lasting is anything which is meant to kind of get you from 9 to 3 in the morning, and that definitely is not the case for this at all. So that was my disappointing product video. I hope you enjoyed it, if I think enjoy is the right word. As I said, this is a bit more of a negative video, but it's really important that everyone does videos like this. If you just disagree with me and you've tried any of the products I've just listed and you liked any, then please list below, and I'm happy to hear and like discuss your experience with it. And also feel free to like stick up for products I've slagged off, because somebody else might be put off from buying it when actually you've had a good experience. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe for more like this. Okay, see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!